Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So Lauren Boebert is the newly elected member of the House from the state of Colorado, and she needs to be arrested immediately. This crazy QAnon conspiracy theory believing traitorous piece of shit. And honestly, that's the kindest thing I can call her at this point. What I really want to call her is a see you next Tuesday, if you know what I mean. But here's the deal. She was live tweeting to her fellow lunatic followers, telling them where Nancy Pelosi was while Trump's domestic terrorists broke into the Capitol building. She tweeted, quote, "The speaker has been removed from the chambers." This is shortly after her tweet showing even more complicity with the terrorists, stating, "Today is 1776. And that's, of course, a reference to what lunatic attorney Lin Wood kept saying. Lin Wood, who literally tells people that he's the second coming of Jesus Christ. And if you haven't heard that story, go scroll through my previous recordings and shows. This is particularly striking and disturbing that she would tweet where Nancy Pelosi was during all this, because not that she gave her exact location, but she was kind of keeping people posted that she had been removed from the chambers. Like I said, this is really disturbing because Trump's terrorists were heard by many people wandering throughout the Capitol yelling, "Where's Nancy?" While they're also yelling to hang Mike Pence. And keep in mind too, there were literal calls to execute Pelosi specifically. I also shared that in a recent show about the social media post that should have served as a warning for the violence that took place last week at the Capitol. And there was also a guy who made it onto, I think it was the Senate floor, with zip ties. The same type of zip ties that police use when they make mass arrests or that are used to immobilize hostages. These people were out for blood. They were violent. As you can see from the videos, they beat police officers who they claim to back. They claim to, we back the Blue Lives Matter and all that bullshit that they spew. Yet as soon as they don't get their way, as soon as someone tells these spoiled brats no for once in the past 4 years, all of a sudden blue lives don't matter. We don't give a damn. You're standing in our way of what we want. So we're going to take you out too. They were absolutely planning to do harm. Remember, they had nooses set up outside. Not one, but two. One had been carefully constructed out of wood, and it was on a platform. The other, they fashioned, it was more on the fly, but they got a hold of reporters' cables. A lot of the news people were saying that they would leave their cables and their cameras on the grass or in various areas on the property, and they would come back and Trump supporters had stolen it or they had destroyed it. And there's videos of this going on. So some of them stole cables and they made them into a noose. And then they hung it from a tree. And as I mentioned in another post, Pelosi has the authority under the 14th Amendment. They can refuse to seat members who have taken part in an attempted coup. It's not exactly in that language, but that is absolutely 100% within their power. If they take part in an effort to overthrow the government, they can absolutely be removed. Boebert did, Ted Cruz did, Josh Hawley did, and many others. Why these people are getting away with it, I don't know. And someone needs to run against Boebert in 2 years. Someone who can get her out of Congress. This woman is a danger, clearly. She's the same one who kept talking about bringing her Glock, taking her Glock to Congress, which isn't even possible. Obviously, you can't You're not allowed to have a firearm on the grounds unless you are in law enforcement. This woman is a joke and a danger to our country. She needs to be removed immediately, and she needs to be arrested for taking part in an attempted coup, an insurrection against our government, a government that elected her. Hey, Lauren, how did you get elected? If this election is so fraudulent, if everything was flipped to benefit Democrats, if Democrats committed this horrible election fraud, how is it that you won a seat? In Colorado, it would have been very believable if a Democrat had won, because Colorado is pretty progressive, pretty liberal. So, but she gets elected, and now she's going to say, oh no, this was fake. This was a fake election and Democrats cheated. Oh, well, then leave. Apparently you weren't elected. All right, guys, as always, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching and listening. Talk with you soon. Take care.